What's up, guys? I want to show you two videos of stay-at-home mothers. I want to show you the compare and contrast of it, okay? So we'll get started on this first one.
Samantha is sharing her reality of what it's really like to be a mother when you have 4 kids to look after and a husband who sits and scrolls on his phone while you're trying to keep the home in order. Women in this situation are often referred to as single married mothers, jokingly implying that they might as well be a single parent.
Okay, so you can see where the video is already starting with this kind of idea that she's a single parent, okay? So, and a single married mother, that's a very new term, but we'll get through all of that, so we'll keep listening.
Considering they're the ones doing all the work. Samantha enjoys injecting some humour into her videos. Don't worry, she doesn't actually send her children out on food runs.
Okay, so I think a little bit of this might be kind of playing up for the camera, but I think she's doing this to get people worked up. So my husband laid on the couch and scrolled on his phone. Yeah, I think he's hamming it up a little bit there. This took me an hour and it's freezing outside. Okay, I did this after the laundry. Now I want you to see the size of the house. So there's a part of the video is going to show you how nice of a house they're living in. So she's a control freak and she doesn't want him to help put away the groceries. Okay. And she's prepping dinner, as you saw early in the first TikTok, right? Okay. Today I cleaned all day, spent 2 hours preparing a home-cooked meal for me and my family. I wanted to sit but my husband wouldn't go get an extra chair in the other room. Comedy and sarcasm, huh? Okay. I'm glad that they're enjoying it. Today I cleaned all day while my husband played his Nintendo Switch. We have 4 kids. I'm tired and I need a break. But we all need a break sometimes, right? He has only watched them alone one time. Today I've had enough and I'm leaving for the day. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get a chance to see how nice of a neighborhood they're living in. Okay. Okay, so this is... Okay, see if I can catch it. There we go. That's it. So you see that house in the background? I can't really tell how big it is, but I'm going to show you this picture here. It's kind of a blow up there. And I'm counting at least 4 ridges on that roof. So it's a pretty big house. And then I count like with the yellow, red, blue, yellow, green, that's at least 4 ridges. That's a pretty nice house. Then that blue, the black arrow, I think that's a high ceiling. It's probably 2 stories or something. I mean, I'm not a realtor or anything like that, but I'm guessing it's at least 400,000 to 500,000. That's not a cheap house. It might be much more than that, but just wanted to show the house size in the neighborhood so you can get a feel for how nice of an area they're living in.
People on TikTok have sympathized with Samantha's situation.
Right. So she does the TikTok, and then the rest of it's kind of a kind of a parody. But what I want to show you guys is how people reacted to this, right? So see if we can see like the area, get a good look at the houses in that area, right? Yeah, you can tell there's definitely a moneyed area, and so what I want to do is I want to show you guys what that area, not just what the area looks like, but show you guys how people reacted to these TikToks. I left my ex exactly for that. Your wife is not your maid. So remember, when you hear people talk about, especially nowadays, when they talk about, I want to be a stay-at-home wife, you heard it all on Kevin Samuels. All of the people saying, I want to be a stay-at-home wife and my husband has to make X amount of money. And what you're going to see is in a lot of these comments is that I don't think they're making stay-at-home wives anymore, because you're going to hear a lot. This is going to be a common theme in these comments. She has 5 children. Of course, she has 4 children, and then she has the dad, so she's considering him a 5th child, right? So remember now, these are comments. So even if the TikTok or the video is a joke, the TikTok is a joke, these are people reacting to the video seriously. I used to be married to someone like this, and it gets old after a while. They will be divorced in a couple years if he doesn't change his ways. Now, we don't know what he does for a living, but he does something to afford $500,000 ish a house to live in, right? And so you don't get paid for homemaking. I know that much. We'll continue. My husband works 12 plus hours a day, 5 days a week. I'm a stay-at-home mom to 5 kids ages 11 to 3 years old. I do everything by myself. Even when I ask for help, my boys are learning that it's mom's job to do everything because their dad says so. I only get away from the kids once a week for 2 hours, but that's grocery shopping. He's always on his phone or playing his game or watching TikTok. And of course, you see the sad face because apparently she feels oppressed in such a situation where her husband is working basically 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, and he's not helping at the house. Okay. Dude wanted a maid, not a family. One day his kids will resent him for lack of relationship, and his wife will leave him for being emotionally neglected for the duration of the marriage. If he was single, he would still be responsible for taking care of himself after 12 hours of hard labor. No real excuses to why he can't pick up his child and father the child he made. He chose to be a father. Okay. Time to put your foot down, especially with the boys. You have the perfect opportunity to teach them how to treat women, especially ones that they may someday call their wives or partners or whatever. Break out of that out-of-date thinking that patriarchal men think if still okay even today. So it's very interesting seeing how the reaction is not necessarily to, I think part of this is hamming it up for the camera. I get that part of it, but I don't hear anyone saying, wow, he must be working really hard. You don't hear any of those comments except for a few sarcastic replies for some guys in the thread. But the overwhelming theme is, even though he's working, he should be helping at the house. Continuing, it's better to be a single parent than to have a husband partner who does nothing. Better for whom? Better for whom? At least you have a husband and a home. If he works and pays all the bills, consider yourself a well taken care of wife. And look at that laughing emoji, because there's kind of a mix, right? When I spoke about the Civil War in one of my videos, I think you have a group of women who are like, you know what, we should be if we have the opportunity to get, to stay at home, we should appreciate it. And then there's the crowd saying, she's being oppressed, right? Divorce him. It would be much easier for you. It's like you have 5 children. This is supposed to be teamwork. So again, when I talk about Kevin Samuels and you talk about all of those women that were saying, I'm a career person, but I would like to stay at home and not pay significant bills, I think is a good bet that you're going to see a lot of attitudes similar to these, I would imagine. That's what I used to do. I was a single mom with a husband that lived in a house, or alternatively, I called him my 3rd child. So you see the theme. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I consistently clean every day while my husband unwinds from a hard day at work. We signed up to be stay-at-home moms and housewives when we get married. It's our job as wives and a mother to keep things clean, cool, and feed our husband and children. My husband doesn't always help me clean, but he does help, and he does appreciate everything I do and tells me all the time. And you see a lot of people laughing at that because apparently that's some form of, oppression, I guess. If you're a stay-at-home mom and don't work and he goes and works and pays a bill, I'm sorry, but that's your input. If you work too, he could be helping out 100%. It don't hurt to just help out anyway, in my opinion, but she ain't got much of a leg to stand on. Also, shaming him like this is pretty snaky, and it's not a very nice thing to do to someone you quote unquote love. And This person has a very good point there. Work is not an escape from family responsibility. That's a quick route to divorce, thinking that way. Wonder why marriage numbers are down. Man, that's rough. Why don't you just humiliate your husband by putting him on the internet? I'm sure that'll change everything. Yeah, this is not a great way to make a point. Hate to say it, but I've seen so much of this kind of relationship. Single married moms. So it gets right back to the beginning, and sometimes gender roles are reversed, but either way, one parent or one partner is burning out so fast, cooking, cleaning, children activities, etc. The person is just working or not very involved in required activities, cleaning, children, etc. They blame work or claim they don't know how to do it. Help your partner before they pack up and leave. Your partner walking out of the door should not be your wake-up call, because at that point, they have already planned their future without you in it. So you see the overwhelming theme in these replies, right? It's you even if you're working 12 hours a day, you're supposed to be helping around the house, and they have every right to demand that. The question, of course, becomes, demand it from whom? Because we're seeing a new generation of young men who, once they get their accomplishments going, guys are starting to look, it is the dating landscape has been leveled, and a lot of Western guys are saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to take a look around and see if I can't find someone, because all things considered, you could probably pay a nanny, I don't know, $2,000-$3,000 a month, and that nanny would do all of this with a smile on her face. And the wife could go get a job making $3,000 a month and pay the nanny to do it, right? Because technically speaking, if someone really wants to do this job, they will have a completely different attitude about it. And if people saw this as an envious position, they also would have a different attitude about it. And that's what I'm going to show you in the next TikTok. Okay, so I want to show you the second TikTok. And so it starts off with the young lady waking up at 5 a.m. And she's a stay-at-home mother of one child. And we're going to get a chance to see what her day is like and how she details her day as a stay-at-home mother. Okay, so she starts with making laundry right after waking up at 5. And then she does her morning prep in the morning. I think she's going to say, and then it's a baby crawling in, waking up, and she spends 4 minutes in the morning doing her facial makeup and 5 minutes in the morning doing her hair. Here she's talking about losing her hair. She does extra swifting, the little swift mop, because she's losing her hair after the pregnancy. And then here she's doing yoga at 6 a.m. And she's reading. And then 7:20 is her breakfast. You can see what she's eating for breakfast. I'll show you that so you can see it. So it's fruit and yogurt, and I think that's water or tea. So she's not consuming a lot of calories. Okay, and then this is the baby crawling around at 8 a.m. And this is her making the baby's breakfast. So the baby's breakfast is 8:20. And then she's putting away the clothes. Then she's washing a second load of laundry. Brushing the child's teeth. Okay, so here she's getting the child ready to go swimming with the father. So I'm guessing this might be an off day. Okay, and then she's vacuums. Okay, so here she's actually making baby food. So it looks like she self-makes the baby food, and then she freezes it, or she portions it. And then here she's making lunch for her and her husband. So yeah, it's probably a day off for the husband. And it's then she has her snack, and this is her brushing the dog. Okay, so this is after she's fed the child and the baby's happy, so probably going to take a nap. And then she does her English lesson, and then she cleans the bathroom, and then she feeds dinner to the daughter. Okay, and the baby's happy. Okay, so here I didn't see the time, but she's making dinner for her and her husband. And then she's about to prep. She washes the baby. Then I think the husband is, the husband is eating dinner. Yeah, there we go. 7 o'clock. And then there it is. So 5 to 7, you see that cycle, right? And I want to show you how the people saw this commented to it or reacted to it, right? First off, toku ni dekakenai no ni. So even though you don't go out, kesho shite, kesho shinakute mo bijin da. So even though you're beautiful and you still put on makeup, even if you're not leaving the house. And then they said, Niryu shoku skuri or teskuri, you're making handmade baby food, and you can leave your child with your father. Your life is just too perfect, right? And let's see the next. Yeah, Riso Tekisugi. So your life is just so perfect. It's like a storybook like almost, right? And then this last comment, which I think is really interesting, is Kona ni yuga na seikatsu o shite mitai. So I want to live a luxurious, elegant is how that translates. I want to live an elegant life the way that you're living one. And so you can see right off that the comments are basically saying you are living a lifestyle that I would love to replicate. I would love to have a lifestyle where I can wake up and remember now, she woke up at 5 o'clock. That's on the TikTok. Wake up at 5 in the morning and she does the baby stuff and look, you'll see after she does her makeup every morning, and you'll see that she washes clothes and she's making dinner, she's cleaning the floor. That's a 6-8. She's doing yoga at 6 in the morning, and you're having people, or at least a person, saying, wow, your life is elegant. I would like to have a life like yours. Now, well, of course, in the second TikTok, the lady does have 2 children, or she has 4 children, right? But the difference, of course, is there's a difference in the attitude. Now, I think in jest, she's joking a little bit, but the people that are reacting to the video are not joking. They're 100% serious. And I think one thing that's happened is that things have changed to the point where being a stay-at-home mother or a stay-at-home wife, even if you have the luxury to do that, very, very, very few people do, there's still a problem. There's still something wrong with it. And so if you're a guy and you want a stay-at-home wife, I think most guys pretty much understand. You basically think about Kevin Samuels on his show. Almost every woman on that show said, do you want to work to pay significant bills after you have your first child? And almost every woman on the show says, no, I don't, which means that you're going to be a housewife. But the question, of course, then becomes, A, do you know how to be a housewife? And B, would you be happy doing it? And I think what you can see from a lot of social media is that it doesn't look like it. It looks like even if you have the opportunity to be a stay-at-home wife in a very expensive house, you're going to want someone that's working 12 hours a day, 5-6 hours a week to be helping you out with stuff. And if you want that, that's fine. The only problem is that now in the dating market being globalized, a guy can find someone who actually wants to do that. And I think that's the equalizer. And so there it is. So I wanted to just take this video and I wanted to show you guys a side-by-side comparison of not just stay-at-home wives in 2 different countries, but the reactions to them. I think the community that you're having a family in, that you're trying to create a community and a family in, is going to matter a lot in terms of values. And I think that's going to be a driver for Passport Bros. It is what it is. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you guys in the next video. Later, guys.